Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Don't mention it. I'm always ready. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick. Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that. I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any. I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you? The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say. Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, we'll just take it easy and help out. Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for work. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns. Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got... Don't get me wrong, the NCR's got a lot of decent... Towns like Good Springs and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got... They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still only... We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river. The dam powers a lot of New Vegas. And then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam... The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. Meat and hide, mostly. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful. Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Hey there.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Look down the side. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along? Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways. Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way. Okay, you're on. Go give him hell. Oh, that's it. See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me. hell's bells. There's not a day passes by I don't tell people not to come here by themselves. Some people, your word just isn't good enough for them. Then this happens. Well, it's a part of life out here. Best to accept it. But you did what you promised, staying out here with me. Here's my end of the deal. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested? All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking. Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do. All right, now. We're gonna be making something. Go on over. Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredient. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up. Well, I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the juke. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. What do you want? He's some traitor who decided he'd rather shoot than pay the toll for being in our territory. He's hiding somewhere in town. Would serve these idiots right if me and my guys shot the place up after we got payback on Ringo. It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the NCR prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots. None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question. Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys. Same old shit that's been going on for years. The NCR and Legion are still fighting over Hoover Dam for some reason. New California Republic. Nothing new about it. Just a bunch of people with money and power pushing everyone else around. They've got troops all over the Mojave, but it's a big desert. I've run with some tough gangs, but I gotta admit, they all got nothing on the Legion. I hear they stick you up on poles and I ain't saying I'm afraid of them or nothing. Never been there since the NCR's got troops all over it. Must be pretty important. Yeah.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him. He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which, personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the power. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now. If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad. Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but he's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what... Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up. Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly... Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before. It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that. It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows. Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store man. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Prim, unless they're in. There's always something interesting going on, but the biggest news has to be the coming dust-up. The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you know. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistake. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the... Pleasure doing business with you. Be careful.
What the hell is your problem? What do you want now?
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you... Sorry about the gun. We got off to a bad start. Let's say we start over. Yeah, he doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. All I've got left on me are a handful of caps, but you get me out of this and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word. We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, start with Sunny Smiles. She's been
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer? Say no more. I'm in. Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his friends will. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to... Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra... A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help. I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the time. Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to convince...
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk. I was planning on sitting this one out.
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the... Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. I didn't see him or the men with him. Your bet.
Howdy. Too dangerous. Gonna kill out. Too dangerous. Sorry. Blow yourself.
So what's going on? Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. Oh.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play. At least 6. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to... Hey there.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically... I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan money. I owe you more than that, though, so look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp up in New...
Hello? Can you help me? My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Go up the path, past the broken radio tower. You will? Sorry I tricked you, but thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there, after I deal with you. Found you!
Hog killing time. Killing time. Hog killing time. You need to be careful. It's dangerous out here. Heck. I saved your life, so I... Well...
Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits. Some convicts from the prison up the road have taken over the town. What's more, there are 2 tribes of raiders causing trouble in this area as well. We'd love to, but they don't fall under NCR jurisdiction. Even if they did, we're in no shape to protect them. We don't have the equipment to take out the convicts. And even if... You should talk to Lieutenant Hayes. He's in a tent down the road.
It's been a long tour. All I can think about now is going back home.
I'm Sergeant McGee of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. If you want to talk about something, speak to Lieutenant Hayes. I'm from the hub originally, but it's been a long time since I saw it. Am I myself? Sir.
Hello. I'm Lieutenant Hayes of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. We were sent out here to hold back the tide of convicts from the correctional facility. As you can probably tell, we aren't doing the kind of job we could be doing. The mission isn't a problem. The problem is with supplies. The convicts are better armed and organized than our intel initially suggested. I'm trying to get some reinforcements here, maybe some guns with some firepower, but shit. Things are just going slow. Most people just call it NCRCF. That's NC. A little bit ago, the convicts there staged a coup. Killed the guards that weren't able to escape. And I've been ransacking the area since then. Not much. They've taken to calling themselves powder gangers. Mostly because they've taken to using the explosives meant to clear... They got organized faster than I would have thought. Thankfully, the small group in town here seemed to have split off from the main force, so they aren't getting anything in the way of...